What buying properties and probate over the years has taught me. Hey guys, this is Brad from probateresource.com. We have created probateresource.com to be an online resource for anyone going through the probate process to get all of their questions answered that they might have. We're also a real estate solutions company. We specialize in the world of probate and inheritance properties. We buy properties for cash all over the U.S. We buy single family properties, commercial properties, land, everything. If you've inherited a property, we'd love to make you an offer on that. Also, we have a fantastic network of real estate agents all over the U.S. who are probate inheritance specialists. We're happy to connect you with one of our preferred agents if you're interested in going the traditional route. All right, let's get to our topic today. Today, I want to talk about what doing probate deals over the years has taught me. It's taught me so much. I've been buying property, specializing in the niche of probate for a long time now, many years. I probably did my first probate deal. I'd been doing deals for years before that, but I did my first probate deal it was about 2017 was the first one that I did. And since then, I've done hundreds of them. They have all taught me something, right? Every deal comes with some kind of hair on it, some level of complication. They're never easy. If they are easy or they're going easy, I can almost expect them to take a left turn somewhere and go crazy because inevitably there are always issues to deal with. So let's talk about what I've learned. Number one, patience. These deals do not happen overnight. They take time, and sometimes they don't close as quickly as you'd like. Complications come up. Probate documents are done wrong. We have to get some other document from this or from that person, or we have to get in touch with an heir and get them to sign this document to allow us to sell the property. We need the probate attorney to petition the court for X, Y, and Z. And all of that takes time. And I've learned to be patient and realize that these things do not happen overnight. At the end of the day, when you're dealing with probate courts, you're at the mercy of the government, of the court system, and they do not move fast at all, period. Some counties and municipalities do move faster than others. And you're also at the mercy of dealing with people. For instance, some of you may have seen the news headlines. Maybe you're not in Georgia, maybe you're in a different market, and you heard about the Georgia probate attorney. I'm not going to mention their name, but I'm making this video in July of 2024, and this probate attorney was just kicked off the bench, basically, due to incompetence and also due to some personal issues, some arrests and that sort of thing from a conduct perspective. But we had a deal just a few months ago where this particular judge was the probate case. This was just a deal back in May. This house was going into foreclosure. And when the seller had first reached out to us, we had plenty of time left. We had probably 2 months before the foreclosure auction. I looked at it and I was like, and this is me, probably should have seen some foreshadowing here, but I was like, I looked at the stuff. I said, this should be no problem. We'll be able to get this thing closed out in like a couple weeks. Send it. She's like, I got my probate letters or whatever. And we said, great, cool. Send us a copy of your probate letters. Send them over to the closing attorney. We made her an offer. We put an offer on the house. She accepted the offer. We went her a contract, blah, blah, blah. Send everything off to the closing attorney title company. They get everything rolling. And then I get that call that says, hey, have you seen these probate letters? And I said, not yet. She just sent them to me. I haven't had a chance to take a look at them yet. I look at them. And the judge had not given this lady the power to sell the property, right? Mind you, the whole reason she petitioned the court, and if you read the petition to begin with, in her petition, she wanted her administrator privileges so she can sell said property that her mom owned, right? And she got her sisters to sign off on it and blah, 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 blah. And anyways, the judge grants her all these powers, but doesn't grant her the power to sell the property. Why would she do that? Every probate attorney I've presented this to looked at it and was like, why would the judge grant the letters but not grant the power to sell the property when you read the petition, and the petition said the whole reason she's doing this is to sell the property. Like, it didn't make any sense whatsoever, right? This is probably part of this particular judge's incompetence. Anyways, we had to go back and petition the court for a leave to sell real property. So we go do the petition for leave to sell. We've had to do this in the past. It's not a huge deal, right? So we get, and in fact, my real estate attorney, drafted up the petition for leave to sell. He's done it many times. He drafted it up, said, hey, you just sign this, take it to the court and present it to the clerk. She'll record it. And then within a week or two, the judge will sign the leave to sell and grant the power to sell the property. And so she did that. And then that sat, and it 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 sat on the judge's desk. We called the clerk constantly. And this poor clerk, I feel bad because we were calling her all the time. The seller we were dealing with, my team was calling the office all the time. Hey, did she sign it yet? 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 We got all the way up until the day of the foreclosure auction, right? Or the day before the foreclosure auction. And she still hadn't signed it yet. She had said she was going to sign it many, many, many times. There was no reason for her not to sign it at all. She just needed to literally put her signature on it, give it back to the clerk, and the clerk would record it in, and all was good. And we needed that document in order to close and sell, or close on this deal. So all of a sudden, we get to the afternoon of before the foreclosure auction. Foreclosure auction was on a Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And we got to 2 p.m. on a Monday afternoon, and we still had not gotten that letter yet. She was $17,000 in arrears on the mortgage, and the property was going to foreclosure auction tomorrow, the very next day. So finally I said, well, we got to stop this auction. Mind you, we had spoken to the bank the week before, and the bank, we said, hey, we're waiting on this document. We're literally going to close like any time now, as soon as we get that document. They said, sure, no problem. Send us a copy of your contract and send us a copy of your proof of funds for the purchase. We said, sure, no problem. Sent a copy of the contract, sent a copy of the proof of funds that we were going to be closing. All was good, did exactly as they asked. And then Monday morning, they said, yeah, we changed our mind. We're not canceling the auction. You just told us on Friday that you would, and we sent you these documents. So then I had no choice. So I was about to wire $17,000, my money, risking it, mind you, a property I don't even own yet, sending $17,000 to catch the loan up and stop the auction, because that was the only way to stop the auction at that point in time, was to wire the $17,000 and catch the loan up. There's a lot of risk from my part to do that, right? I've gotten burned that way in the past before on a deal that we hadn't bought yet that was stuck in probate, and there were some other things, and I put some money into it, and I ended up losing thousands of dollars. So, anyways, so I'm about to click send on the wire, and we get a call that we got the document signed from the probate court. She just signed it. So I was like, great, awesome. So we literally, this was like 2 p.m. and we called and we had the deal. Like, the seller went to the office that day. No, actually, she had pre-signed. She pre-signed, and then I was out of town too. I was in Dallas, Texas. I had pre-signed, like all the documents were signed. We're literally just waiting on this letter to come from this probate court, and we could close the deal just like that. We're waiting on this document. So we got the document, we got the deal closed, and we got the money out by 4 o'clock. The bank had received the wire for the full payoff on the loan within 2 hours, and we got the deal closed. What? Heart beating fast, right? So anyways, these deals take a long time, for one. What else have I learned? Well, first of all, this isn't about the real estate, okay? This is about the families, and this is about people, right? This business is a people business. We're dealing with people. We're dealing with people who've dealt with the death of a loved one, okay? Dealing with the death of a loved one is tough. I just lost my son a few months ago. He just passed away from brain cancer. I've been through it firsthand. I know what it's like. I've lost other relatives. About a month after my son passed, my grandfather passed away. I have lost my other grandmother, my uncle. I've lost friends. Actually, just the other day was the 10-year anniversary of the death of a girl that I was dating in the past. We had dated in college, and I remember when we were dating. Actually, I think it's been 15 years now. Yeah, it was 15 years. Anyways, we were dating. We'd just been hung out the day before, and that night, she was in a car accident and passed away that night. And my friends came over to my house the next morning and woke me up at like 7 in the morning and said, hey, so-and-so was in a car accident last night and passed away. And I'd literally just hung out with her like the night before. We were kind of dating, seeing each other. We'd gone on a few dates or whatever. We were not that serious yet. But anyways, I get it. I've been there, right? I know what it's like. It's not easy. It's tough. Sometimes it happens abruptly. Sometimes you have some time to prepare for it. You never know. And then you deal with the fact that now you're dealing with a family who has inherited these things, and some family members only care about the money or only care about themselves, or, mom said I was going to get the purple dinosaur statue and Steve now wants the purple dinosaur, and then the kids are fighting over the purple dinosaur statue, and, they're fighting over these things, and they were like, the worst comes out in people too when it comes to money sometimes, and it's sad. And then I've seen these families fight over these things. I've seen families spend tens of thousands of dollars in attorney's fees fighting each other over something stupid. It's just a thing. And they fight over it, and it's out of spite, and it's about who's going to win, and their ego gets involved. And the only people that win in those cases are the attorneys. The attorneys are the only people that win because they get to sock in all the legal fees representing each party while they fight each other out in court. I've seen it happen. I've been doing this a long time, and it's not worth it. Just whether you like to or not, you just need to sort of come to a compromise, okay? And there's also a lot of, old trauma and pain in some of these situations. And maybe these houses that they're selling are either sparking good memories or they're sparking bad memories. I've seen people sell these houses that want to dump it because this house gives them bad memories of something traumatic that happened in their childhood, and they want nothing to do with it. And then I've seen other families who have dealt with these properties that they've had lots of good memories in, and they grew up in mom and dad's house, and their brother grew up in mom and dad's house, and they have all these memories of being in this neighborhood and all these things. Look, I remember my childhood home. My parents sold it back when I was in college, but I still remember everything about the house I grew up in. In fact, I just drove by and went and checked it out like last year and stopped in and showed my kids the house and said, hey, this is where I grew up. This is the creek I played in when I was a kid. This is where I played hockey in the tennis courts, and this is the pool I swam. You have all the memories, right? I took my kids to go see that, right? So there's memories in these houses, and it's hard for people to sell these houses that have all these memories. So this is very much a people business, right? It's about people, and it's about their stories. And I make sure that all the people I hired and all the people on my team, we stop and we listen, and we really listen about and care about the stories that these people have about these houses, and understand there's more than just the real estate and the sale. There's more to it than that. And I've taught my team to be good at active listening and to really care about the situations and really probe deep and solve the real problems that might exist, right? Maybe there's someone showing a certain problem on the surface, but the reality is the real problem is that Johnny hates what Susie said to him when he was 15, and he holds a grudge about that years later, and whatever, right? There's so much stuff involved there. So that's what it's taught me too, right? This is a people business. It's about people. So I hope that kind of helps you out, right? These things take time. This is a people business. They're never easy, right? They're always difficult, but we've got enough experience to get through the hurdles, to get through these things, to get them to the finish line, right? We've got experience in this process, and I've learned the type of people that it takes to be successful in this business and not. And especially from an investor perspective, investors buying houses, if you're just an investor who only cares about the houses and you're just here to buy houses and to make money, I'm here to tell you that you're in a rude awakening, and that's why you need to kind of work with a company who really listens to you and help you get this deal to the finish line, because they understand all of the complexities that come along with doing probate and inheritance deals. So I know this video is long. I think it's important to talk about these topics. I've learned a lot in this business, and check out some of my probate stories videos where I share some of the stories and the things that we've been through over the years. And I talk about some of these deals we've done and the hurdles that we had to get through to get these deals to the finish line, to get these houses sold and get them closed. I'm actually recording another one here right after this and talking about a deal we just closed just last week. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a property that you've inherited and you're interested in selling, we'd love to make you an offer on that property. We buy properties for cash all over the US. I also have a fantastic network of real estate agents all over the country that we work with that are probate inheritance specialists. So if you have a property that you've inherited and you want to sell, whether you want a quick cash offer, we'd be happy to buy it from you, or we can get you connected with one of our agents. Go to probateresource.com, click on the link below in the description. It'll take you to our website. Fill out the form there on our website, and a member of our team will be in touch with you ASAP. Thanks again for checking out this video. I'm Brad with probateresource.com. Hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.